video. This. Oh my god.
I have a comment about Aspen's acting. He would go like head up, eyes rolling back. Did anyone talk about this castle that we went to? He almost sliced my fingers off.
Remember how I told you guys that I almost cut off Emeru's finger?
Like, that sword could actually kill somebody.
Now you guys can see how that almost happened. See, I told y'all, like, that shit would happen. I told you that shit would happen. That would slice right the fuck. Actually acting? Well, no, because, like, basically, Finn said you have to act like you're dying, and he had a drone above me. So I thought he wanted me to look at the camera and like, close my eyes or some shit. Like, I don't know. I've never died before. So I don't know what the fuck that's supposed to look like.
What do you guys think of, I don't know how many people saw it, my PowerPoint presentation? I actually made the PowerPoint presentation literally the night before in the hotel room. Yours was the best. You know what made me sad though? The WePlay people were like, you should never turn your back to the camera. Like, don't look at the big screens. They had this like small screen for us to read our PowerPoints.
I'm gonna be honest, like, I didn't know that. I bet they fucking hate me. Because I would turn around all the time. I would do whatever the fuck. Like, I would just go up on that stage and just do whatever the fuck, man.
But my eyesight is getting bad, so I actually couldn't read my PowerPoint, which is why I didn't read a lot of the jokes that I put on there the night before.
I don't know how people, like, it scares me whenever people tell me that, like, their eyesight is going bad and they're younger than me. That shit freaks me the fuck out, man. We're getting old. Mine is too. Mine's not. My dad today, he's asleep. He's not going to hear this. My dad, he's like, yeah, I'm going to clean up my freezer because, like, all this, like, old shit was there and he wanted me to get new stuff. And he's like, I got it all cleaned up, bro. I look at that. I'm like, nope. No, I can see it. But other people can't fucking see it. Your eyes are best before 40. Yeah, I don't know. I've never had to worry about my eyes at all. Well, I swear to God, I see a spider web in the dark. I don't know why. Yeah, if I have a problem, I'll call up Mr. Beast. He's gonna take care of it.
Rehearsals, me, Emily, and Bonnie, we just had like this study session like thing in my hotel room where I worked on my PowerPoint and Emily worked on hers.
Yeah, apparently everybody in fucking for this whole thing had like PowerPoints and shit. And I really felt like I was back in like freshman year or like high school where like everybody's talking about, oh, are you done with your PowerPoint yet? Are you done with your PowerPoint? And like I'm like sitting there, I'm like PowerPoint? Or what the fuck? Because I didn't know what the fuck we had to have a PowerPoint. Like, I was the only person that didn't have one. I just said, listen, and they even made slides for me. And I'm like, fuck the slides. I know what I'm going to say. Just whenever I say play the video, play the video. And that's it.
And all the dudes were out doing who the fuck knows what. Oh no, Siren and Finn joined us at one point, and they were just like singing and just like fucking around while we were like trying to make our PowerPoints.
Yeah, that's about right.
Chill.
I have to go to the Wild West thing, right?
At this point, I was standing behind the stage like I was so nervous. I don't know how many people were watching yesterday when I was on Miz's stream, and he was saying like, yeah, this video is my idea. You want to know what happened? Is at an owner's meeting, Tips was like, okay, Emmy, so do you have an idea for your video? And I was like, yeah, me and Finn, like, have an idea already, we're good. And then Miz was like, you guys should do an alternate timeline of the first video. And I was like, we're already doing that. And then now he's like, it was my idea. I'm like, bro, what?
Miz is taking credit for a lot of my ideas, too.
You didn't do anything!
Yeah. He's done that.
This is my favorite part! Like that boom sound, and then you see him. I have to watch it again. That's my favorite part.
They actually got extra clothes for me to wear, But I just told them, I was like, I'm just going to wear my sweatpants. I'm not going to wear your sweatpants. I already have sweatpants on. I drove 2 hours. I had to drive 2 hours to this fucking place. I said, that's enough. Same armor? Yeah, it is. That's a sword. At the end of the shoot, I was like, all right, guys. So anyway, I'm going to take the sword back to my house. I'll see you later. This was all a big ploy for me to get the sword. Have somebody buy the sword for me.
He's so cool.
So, you're here for this.
I'm not leaving.
I told y'all, like, whenever I had to do that, we had to do like 6 takes because I kept pulling hair out of my head. Like, I actually was getting depression at the end of this shooting thing because I looked down at my breastplate and it's like they had resin to like keep it shiny. So like the hair would stick to it. And there was like 30 hairs there. And those hairs were no longer on my head. I was like, oh no. Oh my God. I didn't even want to look in a mirror. Like, I actually, and that's another reason, by the way, that like I looked up whenever Finn did that one scene, is because like I don't want, like after this, like I don't know what the top of my head looks like, but I know it doesn't look like I have a full head of hair. So I'm going to look up. Maybe it won't look as bad. Minus 30. Yeah. No, probably. I'm going to be real. It's like probably at minus 60.
Here without it.
I was hoping you'd say that.
Okay, another thing is people thought this was a stunt double. That's not a stunt double, that's just me.
Nah, she actually did this, and she did 2 takes of it too. Like, I've never rolled anywhere. I used to crab walk, but like I never rolled. Yeah, I was straight up impressed by that shit.
I did the
Barely moved. Yeah, I wonder why.
Melissa did a good job rolling here. It's actually Vegito. Oh no, you know what the hardest part about rolling was? I thought it was gonna be landing on my feet. Like, I thought I would roll and then, like, not be able to get up. That wasn't the hardest part. Okay, so when we were filming, Finn was like, okay, so you don't have to hold the sword. We can just angle the camera so it, like, people can't really notice you're not holding one. I was like, no, I'm going to hold the sword while I'm rolling. And he was like, are you sure? And
Yeah, I thought she gonna get hurt doing that. I'm gonna be honest.
I was like, yes. So I was like, wait, I was holding wait, I can demonstrate.
Oh my God.
I was holding the sword and like rolling like with my shoulder.
The sword I have is probably taller than she is.
Like this. So like the sword was like hugged to my, oh my God, it was scary. But it was epic.
Yeah, I would not have done that.
My sword wasn't real though. So mine wasn't
Mine
sharp,
was.
so it wasn't that scary. But Asmon's sword was real. Like, that sword could actually kill somebody. We almost didn't use the sword because, Esfan tested it on a box, and he sliced through the box, and he was like, guys, we can't use this. Like, this is actually...
Yeah, and then I told him, like, don't worry about it. It'll be fine.
Actually dangerous. And me and Asmon were like, nah.
Yep.
We're using it. But, yeah, it was fine. I didn't die. And then this part, I think this is actually the take. He almost sliced my fingers off.
Remember how I told you guys that I almost cut off Emeru's finger?
The sharp part of the sword hit my fingers on the hilt. We were being careful, so like it didn't hit me hard enough.
I was actually kind of worried. Like, I'm gonna be honest. Like, I actually thought, like, I'm like, man, did I fuck up? And it was not intentional. I wasn't trying to pull an Alec Baldwin, like...
To even, like, break skin or anything. But that fucking hurt. I was like, oh, shit. shoot. But yeah, I was fine. You know, I risked it for the cool video.
So this part here, a little bit of insight here, is that I'm holding it at the top above the hilt because I was worried because this sword is so sharp that Esfand... Remember how I told you guys that I almost cut off Emeru's finger? Now you guys can see how that almost happened. And I had to hold it that way to where it wouldn't accidentally, you know, go full swing. Yeah, exactly. And so that was, ooh, that was a bit of a risk. I was so worried that whenever I did this, that she wouldn't be able to hold the shield right, and I'd actually hit her with the sword. Like, I actually had her, like, choreograph. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna swing it just like this, and you're gonna block it. And I even had her at the beginning. I was like, you're gonna hold the sword, you try it, and I'm gonna block it. Okay, do exactly that. Yeah, I was almost minus 102k, remember? Yeah. You know, I'm not you know, I would say I'm not going to make a joke about that, but I think you already know what it's going to be.
Okay, this is what I wanted to say. That shot of Asmon, can I, like...
Yeah.
Let me pause on it. It's so real. Hold on.
Oh, this is another interesting part here. This part of, like, my death scene.
So when we were watching the draft of this, Esfand and Bonnie and everyone who saw it were like, oh my god, like, he's such a good actor, that looks so real, his, like, dying face, he's, like, ready to die. You know what Finn says? Finn starts laughing and he's like, actually, this shot is him getting ready to pretend to die. This is when Finn was saying, okay, 3, 2, 1...
Apparently, Finn... I asked Finn, I said, do you want me to look and act the way that I act on my second stream? He says that would be perfect. Had me pretend to be dead or dying, but all of the takes that he had recorded of me pretending to die weren't good enough. This part here, I wasn't supposed to be acting. Like, this wasn't a take. This was just a recording of myself sitting there. I was just
And since
existing.
I was there, I know what his dying acting actually looked like.
Oh.
He went like... He would go like... like, head up, eyes rolling back. So this is him getting ready to die.
It's because I thought because I thought, like, because Finn had the fucking drone. I thought that's what he wanted me to do. Yeah, I mean, what do you want, like...
This isn't the acting, this is him getting ready. But I thought that his lines earlier were good. I just thought that was funny.
I fell on that. Like a guy duck or goose.
Wait, aren't
That's
we saving somebody?
That's my favorite line in all the videos when Esmond's.
Isn't a geese like a guy duck or goose?
Wait, aren't we?
Is a geese a guy duck? No, that's just a duck. Okay. That's crazy.
Supposed to be saving somebody?
Oh yeah.
W-O-L-T.
Also, did people notice Nick in the background there? When we were planning the video, we were like, at some point we need to just get Nick randomly sitting in the background. Cause in my first video like this, there was a shot where Nick's just sitting on the bench in the background, but it was an accident. He's not supposed to be there. But this time we were like, oh, we need to do that again. But this time, Also,
I think the part with Nick was actually my favorite part of the video because he's just sitting there and she randomly kills him for no reason. Like, there's no power struggle. He's not guarding anything. She just goes and kills him. For nothing.
wasn't on purpose. He was just watching and didn't know he was, like,
For the
in
rooms,
the angle.
yeah.
So it happened again.
No, he wasn't on the phone.
Doggy. Wait, okay, did anyone talk about this castle that we went to? This castle in Texas is just, like, behind a bunch of farms, right? And you're like, why the hell is this giant castle in the middle of nowhere behind all these farms? This castle is just some guy's house that he
Yeah, some fucking random ass dude. Like, I go driving down, and this is some small Texas town. Like, we're not talking about a nice, big, we're not talking about Dallas. We're not talking about Houston. We're not talking about any city. If you know the name of the city, this place was smaller than that. I go to a Dairy Queen in there. They have to bring me ketchup. And they don't even have any salt and pepper. That's the kind of situation that we're at. And inside the big town square, you know what the big place that they have there was? It was like a Wendy's. That's about it. You know how, like, New York has, like, the Empire State Building? Dubai's got, like, some, like, weird fucking bullshit. London has, like, that clock. Well, this place had a Wendy's. That was not a yeah, it had a statue of Robert E. Lee. Nah, it didn't have that. But, like, anyway, so this is, like, some fucking straight up, like, and like, I go in, and like, I go into Dairy Queen, and, like, the cooks there, they're like, howdy, partner, and they're, like, smiling at me. They're so happy that I'm there. The guy takes my order. He's like, we'll have it right out for you. And like, I sit there, and I'm eating my food, and then some, like, it's like a Texas situation. And then I go a little bit outside of that town, and I'm like reading on my Google Maps, it says turn here. And I say, what the fuck are you talking about? Bro, like, I'm about to go into the hills have eyes. I'm going to go into somebody. Like, on the way over there, I saw more cows on the way over to this fucking place than I have seen cows in my entire life put together. This is like it's like this, like, a lot of cows and shit there. So I'm like, okay, there's no way there's a castle here. I mean, this is a fucking ranch. And so I drive down and I trust in Google Maps. And I'm just fucking following, turn right, turn left. And it's like, I'm doing it. And I see there's a little sign, bro. Like, it's a sign. Let me show you guys what the sign looked like. It's a sign. It's like this, right? And then it had a little thing like this. Oh shit. Let me go do this again. It was like this. Bro. And it had like a fucking castle, and it was a sign of the fucking castle. And I said, no shot. No way. Is this crypto zoo art? Does it look like an egg to you? I didn't think so. So anyway, whenever I saw that, I knew that I was in the right place, but I still couldn't believe it until I actually saw it. And I show up there, and there's a castle with a moat around it, and there's just like a random fucking dog chained up to the fucking tree. There's this random fucking dog. And he's like, and I pull up next to the dog and I'm petting the dog. And he was so happy. And like, what the fuck? Like, this just came out of nowhere. And then apparently they're like, yeah, so, he's nice, but, you know, you can let him out whenever you go. Can I pet the dog? Yeah, no, I didn't ask. I just petted the dog. It's a fucking dog.
Built it because he just wanted to live in a castle.
Yeah.
And like it's accurate, like even the bathrooms and stuff, like the faucet handles are wooden and shit. Like
Oh my
they
God,
look
I
like,
never saw
you know,
that.
those like
didn't-
water pump things.
I
from
never
the
used a
olden
faucet. There's
days.
no reason for me
And
to
there's
use a
this
faucet.
dog that just lives there, and the dog was just hanging out.
He was not hanging out. He was hanging. Wait, real quick. There's like one frame that you can see it. Come on, come on. How many frames per second is this shit? Like, god damn. There's a dog right there. He was up against that tree. Yeah. The cliff about him barking. No, he was. And like the thing is, he was a big fucking dog too. Like this dog was probably the same size as Emeru. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like this not like, that's like, you know, like in Elden Ring where you have like the normal dogs and you just go whap and they're just like, and then they're dead, right? But then you have those poofy boys, and they got the little curled hair, and like you hit them, and then their health goes down by like a third, and it's like, oh fuck, because there's two of them. That's exactly what that dog was like. The big boys, yeah.
Hello, fair lady.
Oh, so sick. I've never felt cooler in my fucking life.
That was cool.
Hello, fair lady.
Less than 3.
I told her not to hold the sword like that.
Oh, also this costume. I've had this costume for 3 years, just rotting in my closet, and people say that I'm a hoarder for no reason. But this is the character that it's supposed to be. So yeah, this is some weeb shit. People just.
Isn't this from some fucking fake granddaughter? Isn't that one of those games people spend $50,000 on? Yeah. Yeah, because remember, like, we watched that one video about that dude spent $80,000 on the game.
Couldn't tell unless
That's
they
a
knew
bit
what it
much.
was. So yeah, I'm an owner. That was the big announcement. Now basically you'll never see me on Monday ever again.
I used to actually stream before the meetings. IRL stream, but then I stopped doing it. Brave of her to Google that. If it's a gacha game, I would agree with you on that. Yeah, Lucarin knows all the lore with the game. Yeah, probably because he paid for it. Forehead review, those are the best streams. Yeah, I just sit there. Nick just sat there at the end 15 minutes just waiting for the next scene. Yeah, I know. Why didn't she use the gun on you? Because I had armor on. That's why. So the bullet would have ricocheted. Think about that. It's plot armor. Yeah, so it Miz. Nah, but his armor was not real. Like, my armor was real. Like, I had metal armor. Miz had like some like weird fucking like plastic mesh thing, some kind of fucking bullshit, immune to bullets. Yeah, I would have, because if she had tried to shoot me, I'd have dodged the bullet. That's why. That's the real fucking reason. Yeah, that's the actual reason, guys. Doesn't Miz literally own Stormwind armor? Yeah, but it's just about as real as Stormwind is. That's the problem. Asfan didn't want armor? Yeah, exactly. Miz had level 1 armor. Asman had mastery level armor. Yeah, true. Magical skeletons immune to bullets. Yeah, there you go. I did have fun filming this video. That shit was fun. I did worry a lot about accidentally hurting somebody, though. Miz looked like Anduin getting smacked down. Yeah, true. Dark and darker soon. Yeah, I might play a little bit of that tomorrow. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do tomorrow. I'm going to chill. I'm going to get some fucking food. Actually, I'm not. I'm just going to... Bro, I've ate like fucking 6 cookies today. Oh, I think I'm going to eat 2 more cookies. Yep. No. I bought steak, but I didn't eat it. Did you get to keep the armor? Bro, I'm gonna be real. Like, I hated wearing that fucking armor. It was the most uncomfortable, unpleasant shit that I've ever had to deal with. Like, it was awful. Like, sitting there, like, obviously it might have looked cool, but damn, man. Like, this shit was pinching my hair, pulling the hair out of my fucking head. That was the -60.